Humans in true blue tile form, this is unplanned, 100,000%. We just got these trucks in, and they release tomorrow.
We've been planning this since I got this promo pair.
Yeah. So Irving's been skating these Lurpiv trucks for a couple of months.
Yeah.
So we wanted to talk about it, and we planned to talk about it, but this is completely unstructured and unplanned. Dude, just real quick, we'll talk about the simple things of this. They do come in 4 different sizes. You want to tell them the sizes?
The sizes are 140 millimeter, 145 millimeter, 150 millimeter, and 160 millimeter.
So what does that mean?
The 140 millimeter fits on your 775 board up to 8125. The 145 millimeter fits on your 8125 up to 85. And your 150 millimeter fits on 85 to 875. And your 160 millimeter fits on your 875 and 9 above.
Yeah.
Because they don't make a
9.
They don't make a bigger truck at the
right.
moment. Well, here, we'll give you a good look at these first of all.
Yeah, you can use that one or this one even.
We did get solid and hollow Lurpivs.
So you got a hollow axle and a hollow kingpin on the hollows, and then on those you get
your not hollow.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty self-explanatory.
I'm usually just a 149 Indy standard. And so when I start hearing about titanium and inverted and mid and high, I almost just like shut my brain off, and I'm like, well, that's not what I ride, so I don't care. And so
what about this? Do you care about this? You can see this is a Slappy versus a Lurpiv kingpin.
Yeah.
You definitely have more grind clearance here
on the Slappy.
From there to the top of the truck.
Mm-hmm. That's called grind clearance.
Yeah. So you have more grind clearance on a Slappy. Did it bother you on this guy right here?
Yeah. So I guess,
or even on the Indy, you've got less grind clearance than a standard Indy.
Yeah, on the Lurpiv
right there. So.
I don't know that I noticed the grind clearance. I guess that could be a good segue to like, how did these skate I skated these for 2 months, probably like 3 times a week. You know, I'm not skating every day like I used to, but the wear and tear on these is standard. I don't know. I don't notice them wearing very fast, you know. And something I did notice is the bushings are perfectly intact still.
No cracked bushings after 2 months.
After 2 months, the bushings are not cracked. As I'm skating, I'm not like, man, I really love how these bushings are holding up. But as I'm here to critique them, I'm pretty impressed. I did have to size up in wheels. Okay, this is maybe a Irving thing, like a me thing, but I was going through a bit of skate madness where I couldn't lock into feebles on these Lurpivs. I was skating my usual 53 millimeter conical full Spitfires, and I would get into a feeble and they would slip off into a board slide for 4 days in a row. Yeah. I was like, man, I have to just get a groove in these things, I guess. And it just kept slipping and slipping and slipping. So what I did is I got bigger wheels. I got 55 millimeter wheels. I usually ride 53, and then I was locking into feebles instantly.
Yeah,
it was like
that could be just a different. That's the shape right here.
Yeah,
you can kind of see that the what do you call this thing that goes around the kingpin? It's very close to the kingpin on a Lurpiv truck, and then it has more of a wing on the independent truck.
Oh, you mean the thing that swooshes around the bushing and the kingpin?
So that's probably what's helping you or preventing you from locking in to feebles is just the shape that you're not used to. Somebody else might lock in better.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've been riding Indies for 18 years, so I swapped to a new truck for the first time. I'm not going to have every trick the same, I guess. But, so anyways, the remedy was I just got a slightly bigger wheel, and my feebles were good. I think as far as selling points, or at least a talking point, the Lurpiv has a built-in hanger spacer. No.
Yeah.
That's this. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that's right
yeah.
here. It's like built in, so you only need to have technically one loose one for the axle side or the axle nut side, and then you have one built in on the truck side, I guess.
So basically you just have a built-in washer on the inside of the truck.
Another talking point is they have this. Lurpivs have this. What would you call this?
Anti-wheel bite technology.
Anti-wheel bite technology. Essentially, that means that the metal, as you turn, will kind of bump into itself before your wheel hits the wood.
I've watched several reviews of the old ones, and I think one or two of the new Lurpiv trucks, and it was described as truck bite before you get wheel bite.
If you skate indies or ace or slappy, like on that side of the spectrum, I think you'll really, really like Lurpiv. At very least,
familiar term.
At very least, it'll feel very familiar.
I do like this the anti-wheel bite technology. At least it's trying something different and new.
Yeah.
And you get so tired of the same like iteration of trucks.
Yeah.
Where everything looks the same.
Yeah, I think
this stands out.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I think that's one thing that isn't really a feature that we are definitely ignoring is the way they look. Yeah. Everyone at the skate park or everyone at the session is going to be like, what is that? Because they just look so...
They're very different.
Blocky, almost like... there's like a type of art style. What is it? Brutalist.
Brutalist?
Yeah. And on your board, definitely, they just look like... It
definitely looks high. This is the highest truck on the market. At 55 millimeters, I think.
The hanger and base plate are in a AA357 aluminum alloy,
which is supposedly a harder, more durable aluminum alloy, like aircraft grade aluminum alloy.
Okay.
Yeah.
The base plate and hanger are also T6 heat treated. So again, probably means they're gonna last longer, or they're more resistant, if you will. They're not going to break or bend or whatever. Yeah. Your kingpin is in a SCM 435 steel. Again, I don't know what that means. I'm just telling y'all.
Yeah, all the truck nerds need to tell us what all this stuff means.
You know what this means.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm just letting you know because you know what it means. Lastly, the axle is going to be an SCM 440 steel. So that's this inside of the hanger is your axle. So that's a really good steel, I am assuming. We're going to throw in some clips of me skating these.
What are we thinking? Is that valid? Does that count?
Yeah, overall, as an indie guy of 18 plus years, maybe 19 years now, I like them. As someone who loves indies, I love these.
Yeah.
So, and every person has a truck preference. You're almost like a gang member. You're like Thunder for life, Venture for life, Indie for life. Now you got Slappy for life, Ace for life, and maybe we'll have a whole new group of Lurpiv for life. Priced at the Lurpiv polished is going to be $70, and the Lurpiv hollow is going to be $80. A little pricier than your typical standard truck or hollow truck, but I do think that with it being a smaller company and with all the bells and whistles they were able to fit into it, I think for trying something new and innovative, that price seems reasonable to me. I honestly thought they were going to be
$80 for a set of trucks is not crazy.
I thought they were going to be $90 to $100.
Yeah.
So $70 and then $80 for the hollow is actually pretty good.
That's it. All the best.
We need a different closeout for the Blue Towel channel.
Okay.
Dave's the worst.
Yay!